Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
A General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi.
Trying to get her to meow. Welcome to the General Hospital recap for October 19th through 23rd. And Cookie is going to be interacting today, just not sure how.
She can't find the right spot to sit and listen to us.
No. And now she's not meowing, but she was. Anyway, General Hospital.
Yes.
They don't really have any pets on General Hospital anymore. They got rid of Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's like in another room. We never see the dogs at the Quartermains.
Right?
Yeah. What's up with that?
I'm surprised Franco and Elizabeth don't have a dog.
Yeah. Or something.
Mm.
I was just thinking about their schedules, though.
Yes, that's true. That could be why. But Cam's old enough to help out.
Right.
And the other boys aren't little.
How about him working at Kelly's just like his mom?
That's so cute.
Oh, I was trying to find a picture of Liz from back then, and I was going to put together like a little collage of her waiting on tables and Cam bussing.
That would have been super cute.
It would have been. I couldn't find one, though. I'm
sorry.
sure it's out there.
Oh, I'm sure.
I did not. I stopped myself.
Good job, because that could take hours.
Yes.
Yes.
But I like that. I like that he has that job, and
He was good this week. He's probably one of my favorites this week because everything else seemed kind of boring. But he talked through his feelings with Trina like a responsible adult. Like, good job.
I'm sitting there learning from them. I'm like, good job, guys.
You mean you can say how you feel? You don't have to just play a guessing game?
That was amazing. Good job.
But stupid Dev, I'm so mad at him still.
Yeah.
Such a jerk. I'm really disappointed. I thought maybe that could be a one-time slip-up, and then he could learn from it and move on.
Right.
But he's just continuing to try to mess with their relationship, and that's not fair.
No, it's not at all.
And do you really want her if she's only with you because she couldn't have who she really wanted?
Right.
That's not a good relationship basis right there. You're a second choice. Do you want to start out that way? Come on, Deb.
True point. Very, very true. How can you say nothing happened this week?
Nothing happened this... Go ahead. What are you excited about? And then...
Well, I wasn't
I'll tell you why I wasn't.
I wasn't totally excited about it, but Brook Lynn and Valentin. I kind of like it.
No.
And before you say anything, she's 33, and Valentin's age has been changed multiple times. He was born in 1965, then it was revised to 76, and then 56. So on any of those, he could be at youngest 44 and at oldest 64.
Nina said you're twice her age.
Right.
So I'm with Nina. Ew.
But I looked up the birthdays.
But Nina was married to him, so I feel like she knows how old he is and
maybe
how old Brook Lynn is.
Well, and Brook Lynn was technically born in 96, but then it's been revised to 94 and then 86.
Yeah, which is absurd because
but still.
Lois wasn't even on the scene in 86.
No.
So how was she born in 86?
Listen, there's a lot of people that should not exist.
I know. And I'm okay with a few years, but that's too much of a jump. We've talked about it before. There's no point in whining about it, but that's too much of a jump. So the age that she
in relation
should
to her dad, too. So my mom was a young mom, so I always had the rule for myself that I would never date anyone that was closer to my mom's age than mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke it by 3 months.
Wow.
So he was 3 months closer to my mom's age than mine.
Got it.
I made an exception on that one.
Apparently he wasn't worth it.
It was... It's not a regret.
Not her husband, so...
It's not my husband, but it's not a regret.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm glad that worked for you for a little while.
Yes.
Good job. No, I never had that issue because my mom was an old mom when it came to me because she was 40. So I certainly am not going to date someone 40 years older than me. No, that's just how that goes. But still,
I don't feel like Valentin is... Why do I keep trying to call him Valentine? It's only been recent that this has been happening, too. Anyway, I kind of like... I don't know. I'm not saying that they're going to be a power couple or like that they're going to last, but I like them for right now. They're keeping each other company.
I like that they were very upfront about it.
Exactly.
And weren't trying to hide it.
That's why I like.
That was nice.
Yeah.
There was no, okay, you leave, now I'll leave kind of thing.
Right.
They went down.
Want to go get some breakfast?
Exactly. And then
when
someone, Nina was like, I think they're just trying to make it seem. And they're like, no, we're not. We spent the night together. So
right. I think that's why I liked it because it wasn't anything. There was drama in it, but not. It's not scandalous. It's not, they're just like, hey, we're adults.
Right.
This happened.
I can't believe she went home and told Ned about it, though. I don't know that I would have gone that far.
That's some serious daddy issues.
Yeah. It's one thing to be an adult, but I still don't want to know if my son's been spending the evening with someone in that much detail.
That's one of your, that's your age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I did not see that coming.
Well, especially because she had just gone off on him about what a jerk he was, and then they bonded over their hate of Lulu.
Yes.
But she was actually being a good Lulu this week, so.
She was.
Yeah, and that was nice that Dustin said he was going to walk away, even though I feel like it was totally fake, but we'll pretend like he was being sincere.
I thought he was sincere.
I don't think he's sincere.
I don't think he was exactly happy about it, but.
I mean, I don't think he was going to start stalking her or be crazy, but I don't think he was just going to walk away either.
Yeah. I don't think that they're going to move in together now.
But she said she wanted him to.
I don't think that they're going to, though.
Mm-hmm. I would hope not. Because that's a big adjustment for the kids, and then a big adjustment that Dad's home.
Hey, right, exactly.
So I would hope they don't make that decision. I don't know.
And even though she wants to stick with Dustin, and rightfully so right now, she needs to give herself a little bit of time to adjust to Dante being back. And how does she really feel about all of it? You know, it's,
right. Yeah, she's going to need some alone time. And if you have your man living there with you, you're not getting it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, back to Ned, though. His marriage to Catherine was mentioned.
Yes.
But it's labeled as invalid on like the websites and everything.
Yeah.
And he's not listed as a romance, not even as a romance on her page.
Oh.
So I do think they got it annulled and so they did not consummate the marriage. Therefore, I'm sticking with that he has never cheated until now.
Okay. I would give it to you. That's Monica and I disagree a little bit with you, but
on the technicality, yes. But it wasn't a true affair, whatever. It's like saying that Sam was cheating on Jason whenever she was with Drew.
Yes, but if Michael started hooking up with somebody, we would be mad at him.
No, I wouldn't.
I feel like you would, because you'd say that Willow deserves more.
She does,
because of their agreement. So, I don't know.
But true.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't expect that from him.
Right.
So but if he actually fell in love, if he actually fell in love with somebody else, Willow's different though because she's not blackmailing him. So that's you can't even compare Willow and Catherine.
Okay. I feel like Ned knew what he was doing. He was playing both sides because that was to his advantage. So
he was playing business. He was doing business, and then he fell in love, and he was like, "Shoot."
Okay.
Remember, he had the two different lives, though. They were in different.
He did, right? He
areas.
had more issues than just the different wives. His lives were completely different. Yeah. That was a crazy time for him.
Yes.
So I'm not calling him a cheater.
Well, technically, he is now.
Exactly, and he needs to come clean. I think he needs to come clean.
I do too.
So, and there's some circumstances where I would say no because you're just confessing to make yourself feel better, not to actually help the other person, and you're hurting the other person. But considering, although it may have only been a one-time thing, this is someone that they're going to interact with all the time.
Right.
And especially with Alexis having the issues that she has and Ned trying to be a friend for her.
Yeah.
It's not, I've said this before, like there's cheating where you go out to a bar and you get drunk and you hook up with some stranger, and then there's cheating where there's emotions with it and whatever. To me, they're two totally different things. Ned has an emotional connection to Alexis.
Right. And even though she had started drinking, obviously, before,
right,
it's going further now because of this.
Exactly.
And I think for Olivia to be a good friend, she needs to know.
Right.
I don't think that she'll hold it against Alexis. Mm-mm. I think she'll be mad as anything at Ned.
Right. She's going to ask the same questions we did. How did you not know that she was drunk?
Mm-hmm.
She was more than just a little tipsy. But yeah, she deserves to know.
They are progressing her alcoholism now.
Mm-hmm.
She's never been like this before.
No, they are, because she wasn't holding it. I liked her conversation with Britt, though. That was kind of funny.
It was. It was good.
She had no problems calling her out, and Britt's like, okay, I have to go over here now. She couldn't handle it.
Yep.
That was funny.
Do you have an idea for a podcast but don't know where to start? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Anchor is such an easy way to record and edit a podcast, and you can do it from either your phone or computer. Best part is you don't have to worry about getting it out there. Anchor distributes to many platforms, so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. You can start making money right away without having a minimum number of listeners, too. Anchor really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place.
Why do you think Cyrus wants money from Jax?
Don't know.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that was clueless there. Because he has enough money. Why would he need money from Jax? And I know Jax is connected to Carly, who's connected to Sunny, but Jax isn't connected to Sunny.
No.
It's not like him and Sunny are business partners, and so you would be dirtying up Sunny's money too.
Right. And it's not like he and Carly are in business together.
Right.
He gave her the Metro Court.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have anything to do with that.
Right. It's just her
and Olivia. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm curious to see where that goes. I thought it was funny that Britt tried to throw Jerry up in his face, though, and he was like, no. Those are two different things.
But then he's like, I haven't talked to my brother in some time.
Yeah. It made you scared he's going to come back?
Oh, he's totally coming back, because that's exactly... Although, we're still waiting on Lois.
True. We're going to have a lot of people on that plane pretty soon.
I didn't like when Sunny said, your mom's too smart. Oh, first, good for Sam going to all those people reaching out for help with Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a big deal. Even Julian, who...
Right. I thought it was funny she said to him, so if she comes in here, don't serve her. Duh. Like, he was really going to give her a drink.
Was too smart to stay an alcoholic. That's not true.
Right.
It has nothing to do with intellect.
Exactly.
Ernest Hemingway was a horrible drunk alcoholic.
Maybe he meant that she wasn't going to become so much of a drunk that she couldn't function, because there's high functioning alcoholics.
Yeah, there is.
So maybe that's what he was thinking.
I took it as he meant she's going to catch herself before it gets out of control.
I would hope
and that's not
so,
true.
but that's not true. Right.
But the one person she didn't go to was Finn, because she knows Alexis has that confidence and has that bond with.
Right. Maybe she thought that'd be crossing a line.
Maybe.
Because they're not really friends outside of the AA meetings.
Maybe.
I don't know what the rules are for that.
I don't either. But I did learn as an adult that there is a support group called Adult Children of Alcoholics.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, it's a support group.
Huh. Mm-hmm.
Sam should look into that.
She should.
And I think that Lulu should talk to Sam, too. She's in the same exact situation.
That would be
except for she didn't... Dante wasn't dead.
Right.
But still,
That's
you've
very
moved
true.
on.
Mm-hmm. And it would make sense that they would be friends, since her and Maxie are such good friends.
I know.
Sam and Maxie hang out all the time
They're
together.
best friends. I do think that Alexis drinking in front of Jax,
yeah,
he's going to shut that down.
Right.
Quick.
Yes. Oh, I liked Michael and Dante finally seeing each other. That was cute.
Was so sweet, especially when Dante's trying to walk out.
Yes.
And he's like,
yep.
But what is he doing saying it's obvious how much you guys love each other? Come on.
Maybe he doesn't want them to give up just yet.
He has missed this entire thing.
Maybe he's heard about it from, I don't know who.
He didn't read any of Olivia's letters.
I don't know.
It was too soon to say.
Maybe he was just taking it from the conversation that he overheard, and he doesn't want Michael to walk away too easily.
Okay.
Because he's reflecting on his own marriage.
Yeah.
And that he gave up too easily with that.
Okay.
And so if he does think that they were actually in love and got married for the right reasons, then don't give up, fight for it a little bit more.
But they're getting divorced.
They're getting annulled.
They're getting annulled.
Annulled. I don't know if annulled is the word for that, but I hope they don't. I hope they don't. She said she's done with Chase.
How could she not see the tears in his eyes? First of all, really good acting. I mean, that he was able to keep it right there.
Right.
I was like, wow, that's impressive.
He is very impressive to look at.
I mean, you have to.
I
don't like that. Okay, I agree. I can't just give up on wine because, I'm not with Chase. That is a big thing, though, to go from sampling wine to, now I'm going to completely study it.
Yes.
With somebody else. There's always that recovery period after that kind of a relationship, that you can't.
But it's been a while.
It hasn't been that long.
Custody hearings were in February.
But she hasn't she didn't get the chance to actually mourn her relationship ending.
But they got married in February. She's had all this time to mourn it.
No, she hasn't.
Yes,
she's been focusing on being a wife and mom.
I feel like she feels like she's mourned it because she said to Michael, I wouldn't go back to that.
I just feel like they're both, this is going to sound so mean, they were both being very stupid.
Yeah.
This week. Chase doesn't seem like himself. Sometimes it seems like he is, and then he's not. And it's like, gee, maybe we should dig a little deeper there and find out why. Although Chase was sweet offering himself as a punching bag to Michael.
Yes. I love Chase. I just don't know why they keep going over this storyline again and again. Even if they come out with the fact that they lied, you've messed with trust. And even hurting someone with good intention, you're still hurting them.
Yeah.
So
Sasha and Willow, though, were really sweet trying to mend their friendship.
I think Willow was really sweet. Sasha was still kind of being a jerk.
I think she doesn't know how to act.
Well, that and the fact that she's hiding. She's a drug addict.
Oh, that too. Why did that stuff not fall out of her purse when she was trying to grab her wallet?
Mm-hmm. Right, she dropped it right in front of her the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, when she got up to go, grabbed her wallet, Coke should have fallen out.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
She was dressed like a Spice Girl. She was wearing, like, one of those dresses from the 90s and the big white clunky shoes. Like the sneakers. Platform sneakers.
Oh, I did notice that. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, she was. You're right.
What would her Spice Girl name be?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That was a totally 90s outfit.
That was. And that's funny because I didn't make the Spice Girl connection, but I was annoyed that she was wearing tennis shoes with the dress.
Especially for a business meeting?
Yes.
Because she's wearing that outfit then, too. Yeah.
Exactly.
90s are back. Some things can stay away. A friend did tag, she posted on Facebook, she's like, attention all PTHS girls, like these shoes are back. And they're like this huge platform. Like, I don't even know how I could walk in them now. But like the basic shoes that had like the clunky sole, and like the big heel, like the big chunky, they're back.
Never owned those.
Ever. Oh God, I did.
I was already tall.
Yeah, that's true.
So I didn't want to be taller than most of the boys in my grade because then they don't want to date you.
Yeah.
And I had one boyfriend that was super tall. He was 6'9".
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And so I got to wear really good heels with him, but I just wore like stiletto-y type of heels.
You wore stilettos in high school?
They were my mom's and I borrowed them.
I don't think I've ever worn stilettos.
I could rock it back then. I was a freshman going to prom. I was very proud of myself. But I had a prom date freshman year because you couldn't go unless you were a junior or senior, unless you were the date. So.
Well, good job, Amanda.
Thank you. It was like the highlight of my teenage years. So, yeah, I wore the heels for that because it just went with it. But I didn't, like, walk around, like, the high school in stilettos or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know how girls like you did it with those shoes because I would have broken my neck.
I don't know how I didn't.
Because they had put those heels on everything. It wasn't just dress shoes. You could have tennis shoes with those heels.
Like, they were a casual shoe that I had. Yeah.
Or like the slip-on. Well, I can't walk in flip-flops anyway. I have to have a back to my shoes or I fall. So I couldn't have done those. But those chunky ones.
Are you very clumsy and I don't know this?
I never told you this story.
No, what?
Oh my gosh. So my best friend in high school played volleyball.
Okay.
Very athletic. I did not do any sports like I've talked about before. And so she used to love the Birkenstocks.
Okay.
And the one day at school, they had volleyball like practice for recess, or not recess, but like study hall or whatever. You could go do that if you didn't want to go to study hall.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like all of a sudden. So she didn't have an extra pair of tennis shoes. So she made me swap out shoes with her so she could go play volleyball. And you should have seen me walking up the stairs. Like I had to pick my whole foot up and then like clump it down to every step because if not, I was totally going to fall down the stairs. And it was when I was pregnant with Matt, so that would have been really bad.
Oh my goodness.
But, yeah, I cannot walk in like flip-flops and whatever to this day. So that's fun. There's your funny tidbit. We should do a quiz. What dumb information has Amanda and Shannon shared throughout the year of their podcast?
Yep.
Answer these questions. So anyway, yeah, I hope those do not come back because I still won't be able to wear them.
I can't go back to wearing them. I will go back to looking at my pictures of me wearing them.
But it'll make you mad if your daughter asks for a pair and you have to buy a new pair whenever you know you had those same shoes somewhere.
That's the worst.
Like, I know I had those. I should have kept them. So, but her shoes were tennis shoes, so we're good.
Yes.
They weren't the chunky.
They're very Spice Girlish.
They were. She didn't have her hair up in ponytails, though. That's what she was missing. Maybe she had a Halloween costume.
That was only Baby Spice.
I felt like that outfit was a Baby Spice outfit.
Yeah.
She had a blue dress and white sneakers. I don't know much about the Spice Girls, but I do remember seeing her in that outfit.
Well, Posh had the very short. Mel B had the curly.
Yeah, you know way more than I do.
Mel C was Sporty Spice.
Okay. Yes, yeah, I don't know.
There's Baby Spice, Sporty Spice, Scary Spice, Posh, and Jerry Holloway is either Ginger Spice or Sexy Spice. I always forget which one because I thought that she changed her.
Wow, okay, so Shannon knows way more than I do. You're such a geek. All I know is the one Spice Girl went on to marry that really hot soccer player.
That's Posh Spice.
Okay.
Victoria Beckham.
Okay, that's all I know is her husband is
gorgeous.
Very delicious looking.
So maybe she's just a mishmash of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I know my 90s pop culture.
Apparently. So maybe Sasha had a Halloween party she was going to afterwards.
Maybe.
She was just dressing for the day.
I guess I really didn't have that much. Julian got a haircut.
Oh, see, I didn't know this. Nicholas and Ava. That would be my favorite storyline of the week.
I love it.
I do too.
He's going all around town telling everyone he likes her.
Yep.
It's
and
so cute.
She's like, I don't believe you. Sorry. So I liked what she said, though. Actions speak louder than words. Yep.
100
times over. So I hope he does something.
But she confronted him about...
She didn't come right out and say
no.
It. She didn't say, I found a check with your name on it. But yeah, she asked about Elizabeth. I felt like his answer was a fair, honest answer, though.
Yeah.
That he did hope and think, and now...
Yeah, and he regrets how he came back, and he wishes that they hadn't started over hating each other.
Yeah.
You know? I think they're going to have a real relationship.
I don't know. She just asked for a divorce. Do you think he's going to do it?
I don't know.
I guess we need to hear her terms.
Right.
If it's still a divorce with their original agreement, no. But maybe give her 30% or so.
Well, and if she explains, I seriously need to get a divorce from you because Ryan's threatening me.
Right. And if we're going to have a relationship, it should start from the beginning.
Fresh, yeah.
Not married and then turn it into a relationship. Although I guess that's what I want with Willow and Michael. So I can't really say that.
And they kind of went really backwards because they got married. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, so I'll stop.
We'll see. But I hope in the end they do end up in a relationship because we liked them before whenever there was a little bit of sparks there. So
yes,
it would be good if it kept going.
I agree.
And I feel like his feelings must be real for him to have admitted them to Liz. Because it's hardest to go to your closest people and be like, oh, listen.
Yep.
Now I like this person that I probably shouldn't like.
And what did he say to Ava? For a marriage of convenience, I'm having very inconvenient
feelings. Yes. That was cute.
That was cute. He did good.
He did.
And then Nina just having, I understand the wanting to be able to respect someone despite all that, but we're getting into a really weird place now.
It's just too much. I feel like cremating her and spreading her ashes somewhere and then just letting it go would have been okay. But having a plot for her.
And I understand her saying, this is for Wiley later. Okay, well then why don't you talk to Wiley's dad?
Right.
About that.
Right.
And say, what can we do?
Right.
You know, because she's also kind of disrespecting. I mean, is there another cemetery in the area? I don't know.
But right.
She's all concerned about Wiley, but her or his dad has to take him there.
Exactly.
And see his brother and grandfather and the woman who tried to kill him multiple times.
Right. And the burial plot doesn't say anything about Nell. So Wiley growing up, oh, you have to go to this burial spot, or when he gets to be an adult, he'll have a burial spot to visit. I feel like that doesn't do anything. If he's not hearing all the good things that Nell did, which there wasn't very many of, but any of the good things that she did growing up, he's not going to have that connection. And even
or the
saying,
want to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and even saying, you know, adopted children have the desire to know their biological parents, or children whose parents passed away, you know, they want to know information about them or whatever. A gravestone does nothing to help any of that. It's not helping explain whatever. So she could have cut out, I don't know, pictures or cute pictures of them.
Put together a nice book saying,
exactly.
You know,
and
here's some good things about your mom.
Put it in a safety deposit box or whatever and said, here, this key's for Wiley if he ever wants it or something.
Right.
Not just, I don't know. I was always raised, once you die, you're dead. So the burial space doesn't mean anything. I know some people love to go and put flowers and all that kind of stuff, and that's totally your right. But to me, it doesn't feel like that's where the person is, because it's not like they hung out in the cemetery. So that doesn't really say much about them. I would think pictures and good stories mean more.
I've only gone back to one, and it was my friend who died when I was 11.
Okay.
And I actually just went back last year. Actually, it'll be 27 years this Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. Wednesday, whatever the 28th is. Wow. I don't know why I've gone to that one. Maybe it's because he was a kid.
That could be.
You know?
That makes sense.
And, I mean, we were, like, really, really good friends. We were neighbors. We saw each other every day, you know, so. And there would be times I haven't seen his parents there in a long time, but, like, I had.
Okay.
So it was nice for us because they would go every year.
Right.
And so, like, it was nice to say hi and
I feel like that's different because then you're remembering the person. If
right.
you're seeing his parents, there's a conversation about,
right.
we did this, we did that, blah, blah, blah. But just, there's nothing, like even that headstone.
Oh, yeah, he's not there.
There's no picture of Wiley and Nell on the headstone.
Right.
It doesn't even say
there's
mother.
A picture of my friend on it.
Like, see?
And
exactly.
And there's like a nice poem and stuff like that.
Right.
So
if it would have been, either do it up a little bit more or else do something else. But I feel like just that's not going to be a connection for Wiley.
See, for me, I just want to have a green burial.
There you go.
I don't know how my husband feels about that, but
I don't really care what you do with me. Just have a big party afterwards is what I want. Big party.
We can get a green burial plot together.
Okay. If you say so, whatever.
They don't do anything. Like, they don't embalm you. They don't use any of that stuff. And basically, you're wrapped in, not like burlap, but something that decomposes. And
there you go.
You just go back into the earth.
Perfect.
Because exactly, you're not there after.
Right. And all that stuff's expensive.
Yeah. That too.
I don't know. We got way off topic here.
We did.
But
so what are your death plans?
Right? New pull-up.
Hey, you keep saying that you don't have like your will or anything. Well, we just recorded one part of your planning. Check.
There you go.
I guess we could just go right into
our reality check. Reality check.
Did we just do reality check? I mean, we've learned about your flip-flop and our burial plans.
I feel like this is the Amanda show, not Hair 54 GH check-in. Oh, Carly's hair made me want a haircut today. A haircut this week. Is
that your reality check?
That's my reality check there. She did. She looked so good. And I was like, oh, I need a haircut, though.
I didn't even notice that she got a haircut.
Oh, it looks so good. You'll have to pay attention.
I'll have to pay attention.
You'll have to pay attention.
I did a lot of listening while doing other things this week.
Me too.
So.
And I think that's why I just didn't feel the same connection to it. You know, I'd hear tidbits that were like, oh, that's funny. Like Sam knew the postcard from Pentonville.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So those kind of things I did pick up on or try to pay attention to, but nothing really had me engrossed in it the way that some storylines do.
Yeah.
It was kind of just a fluffy week. So there you go.
Is that it?
I don't know. My reality this week was not anything good. So I told you last week, Emily was home on quarantine because she had been exposed to someone.
Yes.
She did not get sick, which is awesome and wonderful. But Megan started having a head cold. So the nurse wanted a excuse from the doctor saying that Megan could go back to school.
Right.
Which I found very inconvenient and doesn't 100% make sense to me. It was time for Megan to go back. And their dad called and said that him and their stepsister weren't feeling well and that they had to go get tested because they were showing some of the symptoms. So I had all of the girls at home all week just basically waiting for test results, which luckily came back negative or else I wouldn't be here hanging out with you.
Very true.
And all of that. But it just threw a monkey wrench into everything because in my mind they were finally, like I knew Emily was going to be home and Madeline's home the end of the week because of the way the hybrid works for her. But just getting one of them out of the house makes everything kind of settle down more.
Mm-hmm.
And having all three of them, I was like, oh my gosh, where are these like test results? Just send them to whoever so that I know everything's fine. So all three of them will be in school tomorrow. Well,
what are you going to do?
Listening.
Oh, you have to work.
I have to babysit. Yeah.
Darn it.
So that's what I'll do. But then Madeline has dance class. Oh, I did get to take her. So next weekend is their dad's weekend. So they'll do trick or treat there. So the school, because they can't have a traditional Halloween party this year, did a trunk or treat with just a few cars.
Oh,
and so I did take her yesterday. I'll show you a cute picture so you can awe because I did her makeup. She's Mal from Descendants, which I don't know if you've ever watched.
I actually know who she is.
But
oh my gosh. She's so cute.
Thank you.
His eyebrows.
She was so happy. Well, she's so fair.
Yeah.
It looks like she has no hair. And she's allergic to mascara, so I couldn't get that on her to like make her eyes pop. So I did her eyebrows and eyeliner. So
she's probably just allergic to something in it.
I don't know.
She's not old enough. I'm not trying to tell you how you...
No,
it's not like you have to be worrying about her really wanting to wear it every day.
No,
is what I mean.
Right, exactly. Megan is too, and I've tried the hyperallergenic and all that stuff, and it makes their eyes water. And I only know from Madeline because when they're little and they do dance recitals, you put all that makeup on them. And so when she was, I don't know, 3 or whatever and did dance, I did her makeup. And before we even got to the recital, all of her makeup was cried off because her eyes just kept watering. So I wasn't going to attempt it for the costume.
Yeah.
So I did her little eyebrows and stuff like that. But she was so happy. And that was that. I'm trying to think what else. Nothing. I mean, I could talk for days about Madeline because she's the baby of the family. And we'd already discussed the babies are the best. So.
Well, and right now she's 7. So it's.
Exactly. She's the easiest of them all.
Yeah. I don't know really what I did this week. A lot of work. Starting to slow down. So that's good.
That's good because you were kind of overwhelmed there for a couple of weeks.
I was, yeah. I need to find a good, when it's that busy, how do I function? Mm-hmm. Because it's going to happen again.
It's going to happen again, but I think that it was worse because people couldn't do anything for so many months.
Right.
Because normally going in, at least my understanding, going into summer, and summer is when everyone wants to buy a house because you want to be in before the next school year starts if you're changing districts. And you had months that no one could do anything.
Yeah.
So then it was a crunch to get people moved in as soon as the school year was
tax offices are backed up. The boroughs are backed up with the testing that they have to do.
Yes.
And stuff like that. So it's been a little frustrating for that. But, I mean, everything's coming together. I have a couple more that I'm working on. And, so that gorgeous house that my husband will let me buy.
It's just a little expensive.
I mean, it's out of my price range right now, but I would like to move it here.
Yes. True. It's not even in the right school districts.
No, it's not that far away, but still, just far enough.
It's not a bad school district. It's just, I don't think that your son would appreciate being moved.
No, or my daughter, even though she doesn't go to the public school. You know, it's still not doing it. So I had this gorgeous house that went up on, I listed it Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And by Thursday afternoon, we had 25 showings, multiple offers.
Wow.
And we accepted one on Friday. And that agent called my manager and told her how much she loved working with me already. And that I have been so helpful to her, that there are other agents even in her office that have not been as nice as I was to her.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I don't think I really did anything.
That's so nice.
Different. Than...
You're just a nice person, but it's nice when people recognize it.
That's what I was like, seriously? I showed her a text. I was like, you did not have to call my manager. She goes, yeah, I did because, if I wanted to complain, I would.
Right.
She's like, I'd be more likely to. She's like, I wanted to let her know.
Aww.
And I was having a really good day. It was Thursday. Was it Thursday or Friday? Might have been Friday. Whatever. It was Friday because then my husband and I had a date night and we went and got in hibachi.
Ooh.
And that's when I text you and said, hold it, let me find it. I text you at 7:43 saying, so sad. JD and I went out to dinner, had a few drinks, and I just got home, got in my PJs, got a glass of wine to sit down and watch GH, and I still have to wait 20 minutes. LOL. Well, so Thursday, we're going to finish up Anna.
Yes.
And we're going to be
have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.